Being productive often seems like this elusive skill that only the highly disciplined or super motivated can achieve. But if you've ever crammed an assignment in the final hour before the deadline, then guess what? You've already proven you can be incredibly productive. It's just a matter of tapping into that same energy without the looming panic. Now, a lot of people think productivity is about willpower or finding the perfect system, but it's actually much simpler than that. Being productive is all about momentum. Imagine it like a cycle. Once you start doing something, no matter how small, it gives you a little burst of motivation to keep going. The more you do, the more motivated you feel. It's a feedback loop, and the trick is learning how to jumpstart it. You don't have to wait for motivation to hit you in the morning like a lightning bolt. The truth is, motivation usually comes after you've started working, not before. So instead of lying in bed waiting for inspiration, just start with something tiny. Tell yourself, I'll work for just 1 minute. That's it. Once you finish that minute, odds are you'll feel like doing more. If not, no harm. You've done 1 minute of work. But more often than not, that small effort will get the ball rolling, and suddenly you're in the zone. Think about the times you've been unexpectedly productive, like when you had an essay due the next day. Was it motivation that got you through those 2,000 words at 3 a.m.? Probably not. It was the pressure, sure, but more importantly, it was the cycle in action. The minute you started typing, your brain kicked into gear and the words flowed. So, what's the key to being productive regularly? Make productivity a habit. And one of the easiest ways to do that is by creating a detailed to-do list. Not just a vague do homework or work on project, but a broken down list of every small task you need to complete. That way, each time you check something off, it gives you a sense of accomplishment. And that little boost fuels your motivation to keep going. And here's the thing, when the work seems overwhelming, like a huge project or an endless study session, the trick is to break it into smaller, more manageable parts. It's the same reason you might be able to binge watch 5 episodes of a show in one sitting, but can't imagine focusing on a single task for hours. By creating mini tasks, you give your brain these small wins, and those wins keep you moving. Now, even the most productive people hit a wall sometimes. That's normal. The cycle can slow down, especially when you're tired, stressed, or distracted. And this is where self-awareness comes into play. If you feel your productivity dropping, take a step back. Go for a walk, change your environment, or even just shift your focus for a bit. A short break can reset your mind and help you get back into the flow. Distractions are a big part of why productivity often gets derailed. It's easy to blame social media or your phone, but distractions can come from anywhere. The solution isn't just to turn off notifications or lock your phone away. It's also about managing your focus. When you notice your mind wandering, gently pull it back to what you're doing. And if you're really struggling to focus, try changing where you work. A new environment, even just moving to a different spot in the same room, can make a surprising difference. At the end of the day, being productive isn't some impossible feat. It's about finding what works for you, starting small and building momentum. The next time you feel like procrastinating, remember that the hardest part is just getting started. And once you do, everything else starts to fall into place.